Okay, let's dive right into this explainer where we're going to unravel a really fascinating scientific mystery. We're looking at the hidden science and the safety behind the absolute magic of induction cooking.
So we all love the convenience of modern appliances, right? And induction cooktops, they feel like pure magic. You turn them on, the pot gets piping hot almost instantly, but the glass surface right next to it, completely cool to the touch. But how exactly is this invisible heat generated? And more importantly, how do we know these invisible forces are actually safe for us? As we fill our homes with more and more devices emitting electromagnetic fields, researchers really wanted to get to the absolute truth about our exposure. Because here's the thing, induction fields can't be completely shielded, and they're generated right in front of you. Picture yourself leaning right up against the kitchen counter while you're whisking a sauce. That reality makes us ask a huge question. Are the official tests designed to protect us actually mimicking how we cook, or are they just fundamentally flawed?
All right, first things first, to figure this out, we have to understand something called the B field. This is the invisible magnetic energy that actually cooks your food, and it's exactly what scientists are trying to measure here. Unlike a traditional electric stove that relies on heat from a glowing hot coil, an induction stove sends alternating electrical currents through copper coils hidden under the glass. When you drop a ferromagnetic pot on top, this B field induces what are called eddy currents and magnetic hysteresis right inside the metal of the pot. If that sounds like a bunch of heavy physics jargon, just think of it as intense magnetic friction. The rapidly changing magnetic field is basically scrambling the magnetic structure of the metal back and forth super fast, creating friction and boom, intense heat. It's a brilliant feat of physics, but it absolutely means we are dealing with a very strong, highly localized magnetic field right where we stand.
Now, this whole investigation really kicks off because of a massive, glaring contradiction between two previous scientific studies. They completely disagreed on exactly how much magnetic exposure the cooker's getting. On one side, you had a study by Suzuki, which concluded that the maximum induced currents were totally fine, perfectly safe, well within the basic restrictions set by ICNIP, and they're essentially the global watchdog for radiation protection. But then, a more recent study by a researcher named Yamazaki dropped a total bombshell. Testing a standard home cooker, Yamazaki measured B fields exceeding 14 microteslas. To put that into perspective, the official safe limit for the general public is only 6.25 microteslas. So 14 versus 6.25. That is a massive discrepancy. It's a gap that absolutely demanded a rigorous, definitive answer.
To settle this debate once and for all, researchers went all out. They built this incredibly rigorous setup using a robotic arm to scan the magnetic fields, ensuring there was absolutely zero metallic interference. They used something called the DAISY-4 dosimetric assessment system, which is just a marvel of precision. Actually, to make sure their data was flawless, they mounted the cooktops on custom-built 20mm thick plywood supports. They systematically banished every single metallic part from the area. Why? Well, because even one rogue metallic screw or a tiny hidden bracket could distort the magnetic field and completely ruin the data. Once the room was magnetically sterile, they hooked up a specialized sensor to this highly precise robotic arm to map the magnetic field in 3 dimensions all around the stove.
And they didn't just test one random stove they had laying around either. They did a really thorough market review and selected 3 distinct appliances currently on the market. They wanted a comprehensive, worst-case assessment, so they picked 2 popular, top-tier built-in units, an Electrolux and a Gagano, and then threw in an extremely high-powered portable commercial unit made by Induced. Crucially, they picked appliances where the most powerful cooking hobs are located right at the front, as close as possible to where a person would actually stand. They wanted to guarantee they were testing the absolute highest potential exposure a consumer might ever face in a real kitchen.
So, what did they use to capture all this data? This is their primary tool, a specialized 3D sensor probe known as the NARDA Exposure Level Tester, or ELT400. It is designed to accurately measure these really complex magnetic flux densities. It's not just your standard run-of-the-mill sensor. It has 3 orthogonal coils packed inside its spherical head, which means it captures the magnetic field from literally every direction at once, across a huge bandwidth. The researchers even rigorously validated its accuracy using a Helmholtz coil, which is a specialized device that creates a perfectly uniform magnetic field just to calibrate sensitive instruments. Long story short, the data we are about to look at is undeniably rock solid.
Okay, let's establish our baseline by looking at the official European norm test. This is the test that assumes the cook is standing a full 30 centimeters away from the stove. This standard, EN 50366, is the exact rulebook manufacturers have to follow to prove their appliances are safe before you can buy them. According to these rules, the magnetic field measurement has to be taken exactly 30 centimeters away from the front of the appliance. Think about that for a second. 30 centimeters. That is the exact length of a standard school ruler away from the edge of the counter. It basically assumes you are standing perfectly upright, keeping a very respectful distance while you cook your dinner.
Oh, and it gets better. The official test also assumes you're using absolute perfection when it comes to your cookware. We're talking optimally sized stainless steel pots filled precisely halfway with water. The manual dictates a pristine, mathematically idealized scenario. You always center the pan perfectly. You always use a pan that exactly matches the drawn circle on the glass, and the bottom of your pan is flawlessly flat and conductive. It is exclusively under this highly controlled, perfect laboratory illusion that every single induction cooker on the market earns its official safety badge.
So, spoiler alert, under these perfect, pristine, official lab conditions, every single appliance passed the safety criteria with flying colors. When the researchers ran that DASI 4 robot exactly according to the official guidelines, a full school ruler's distance away, perfect pots, perfectly centered, the B fields were incredibly low. All three appliances met the strict ICNIRP safety criteria by a massive margin of more than 14 decibels. And since decibels are on a logarithmic scale, passing by 14 decibels means they weren't just barely scraping by, they were emitting only a tiny, tiny fraction of the allowed limit. Honestly, if you just stop the test right here, induction cookers look like the safest appliances ever invented.
But here is where the human element completely shatters that laboratory illusion. Because let's be real, we don't cook in a lab. Think about your own chaotic habits in the kitchen. Have you ever read the entire manual for your stove? Do you always use a flawlessly flat premium stainless steel pan and place it with laser precision in the dead center of the ring? Or, like most of us, do you sometimes just grab whatever pan is clean, toss it on the stove slightly off-center, and lean right up against the counter edge to stir up bubbling pot?
The researchers knew this. They knew that when people upgrade to a fancy induction stove, they almost never throw out their favorite old cookware. So, they actually went out to secondhand shops and gathered a worst-case set of pots. You know the ones, the mismatched, slightly warped, enameled pots we all secretly refuse to throw away. Some of them were too small and didn't even fully cover the heating hobs. They wanted to see what happens when you use these totally suboptimal pots, shifted a bit off-center, exactly the way a tired, distracted cook might use them on a busy Tuesday night.
So they threw out the official rulebook and tested reality. They set up this real-world worst-case scenario, measuring the fields a mere 1 centimeter from the stove using those old mismatched pans. They ditched the 30-centimeter ruler because, frankly, human beings lean against the counter when they cook. By moving the robotic sensor to just 1 centimeter away from the glass edge and maxing out the front hob with a small secondhand pot, they recreated a highly realistic environment that looks nothing like the official test. And wow, the results of closing that small gap? Absolutely staggering.
When you introduce those real-world variables, the magnetic field exposure doesn't just bump up a little bit, it absolutely skyrockets. We're talking an astonishing 37 decibels above the standard. A 37 decibel increase? Actually, scratch that. It's not just an increase, it is an elevator ride to the top floor of magnetic exposure. Because of that logarithmic scale, this means the magnetic energy the sensor picked up was exponentially higher than during the official test. The magnetic field drops off really quickly with distance, that's physics. But when you close that gap from 30 centimeters down to a mere 1 centimeter, that invisible field you're standing inside becomes incredibly dense and powerful.
Let's translate that physics jargon into plain, everyday reality. That spike represents an exposure factor of 70 times above the established safety guidelines for the general public. When they calculated the actual induced electrical currents this would create inside a human body standing right up against the stove, they found a crazy paradox. A worst-case yet completely commercially legal appliance, used with a small pot of close, would exceed the fundamental physiological safety restrictions by nearly a factor of 10 inside the body. Think about that. The machine is legally perfectly compliant, yet practically, it is capable of blowing right past biological safety limits in everyday use. You can really visualize this looking at these 3D heat maps generated by the robot. The intense red areas show exactly how drastically the magnetic field spikes when you move from 30 centimeters to just 1 centimeter away. See those cool blue areas? That's the safe, quiet zone you experience from a proper distance. But as you move down towards the bottom edge, which represents the immediate front of the stove where you're standing, the colors just rapidly shift to deep red and yellow. This perfectly visualizes why that 30-centimeter testing rule creates a total false sense of security. It meticulously measures the cool blue zone while completely ignoring the intense red zone where our bodies actually are.
So what is the ultimate takeaway here? Look, it's not that you need to throw out your stove, but we absolutely need to realize that the current official compliance test is fundamentally flawed. It just flat out ignores human behavior.
The researchers concluded that the official standard simply fails to prevent real-world exposures from rising way above basic safety restrictions. It assumes perfect equipment and a rigid distance that completely ignores a user leaning in to stir a pot, or, say, an expecting mother whose abdomen is resting right against the active counter. Because of this massive gap between theory and reality, the researchers emphatically state that a systematic revision of the standard is urgently recommended.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? As our household tech gets more and more advanced, we have to demand that safety standards actually evolve to protect the way we live. Induction cooking is brilliant. It's highly efficient technology. But this whole explainer highlights a critical gap between a tightly controlled laboratory and a chaotic, real-world kitchen. It's a fascinating reminder that scientific testing must always account for human reality. Until the standards are updated, maybe just use the right-sized pan, make sure it's centered, and take a small step back while the water boils. But it leaves us with one final thought. What else in our homes is passing the test but failing reality?